Hola Seekers, this is Kim and bienvenidos to a pick a card. So today was pretty gloomy with gray clouds and all, and the weather kind of inspired me to do this pick a card because I thought it was the perfect vibe to simply chill and connect with Spirit and see what messages Spirit had for us at this moment. So this reading is going to be a bit different than from my usual pick a cards because I am going to shuffle the cards on camera for you guys. So I will be using El Tarot along with some Oracle cards to receive information in regards to who is coming through with these messages. So is it an angel, a spirit guide, your higher self, or the higher self of somebody else, as well as the message that Spirit needs for you to hear at this moment. Okay, so apart from the cards, I will also be pulling out some written messages from our note jar. And I will also be trying another divination technique, which is scribing. So I do have my pen here ready, along with my notebook, and I'm going to try my very, very best to channel some written messages for you guys. So we'll see how that turns out. Yeah, so now it is time to pick your group. If you would like to join me in creating space to connect more deeply with our intuition, then please do close your eyes, take a deep breath in through the nose, hold the breath for 3, 2, 1, and then slowly exhale through the mouth, and then ask your higher self or your spirit guides to guide you towards the group or pile that holds the message that you need to hear at this moment, okay? And when you're ready, open your eyes. And whatever pile here calls out to you, then that will be your group. So we have group 1, group 2, and group 3. And once you've chosen your group, then head on over to the comment section where the timestamps are provided, okay? So now that you're chosen, let's jump into your reading. Let's go. Hola Seekers who chose group or pile 1. So whatever card falls out of this deck will let us know who is connecting with us or coming through with the messages we will be receiving in a while. And I will also use this card to channel a written message for you guys. So this is how I usually read cards for myself. I just let one card fall out and then channel a message through that card. But let's see. So messages for group 1. Who is coming through to speak with group 1? Okay. So we have the 7 of Arrows, Insecurity. This is the 7 of Swords in the Rider-Waite's Tarot. Okay, so I have already channeled a message for you guys. I did it off screen because I wasn't sure if you would be interested in seeing that process. But as I connected with the energy of this group, immediately I felt someone come through or connect, sort of like if they were on standby, just waiting for their turn. And the first word that came to mind was mentor. Now, I know a mentor can be interpreted as a spirit guide. It can actually be a mentor currently in your life, a teacher, someone you look up to, and this might be their higher self coming through. But I am getting this sense of a spirit guide, and their energy feels very youthful, very sweet. It's kind of funny because whenever I think of a mentor, immediately I think of like a very strict energy, but this one feels very playful. This is someone who genuinely and truly loves you and is always looking after you, and they can't help but look at you as someone who is still very pure, very innocent, very young. It's, you know, like a mother who never stops looking at their child like their baby. That's the energy I'm getting. They truly value you, and it's not so much that they worry for you, it's just they don't like to see you feeling down. Like, it really hurts them to see you feeling down about yourself or to see you questioning yourself so much or questioning your worth, because they just love you so much, and they really wished that they could show you that how amazing you are, how beautiful you are, how sweet you are. It's almost like if you could see yourself the way that I do, you'd understand why it's so painful to see you hurting the way that you do. Okay, but this is the message I channeled for you guys. It's quite long, I'm so sorry. But here it goes. You are withholding so much of your anguish. Why? It is okay to feel. Not all feelings are pleasant, nor are they pretty, yet that does not invalidate their importance. Yes, you are spirit, or you are divine, yet you have been blessed with the opportunity to experience, and this word was highlighted. Don't run away from that which is of you. You forget how important and essential you are. You forget how valuable you are. The lies you tell yourself are the most painful and detrimental. The pain often disguises itself as truth only because it wants to be seen, heard, and felt. But the truth does not weigh heavy like pain does. Work on being more true to self. No one will ever validate you like you do, because no one holds power over you but you. We love you. And I received dummy, like we love you dummy, as like a fond gesture, but I also received we love you, remember. Okay, yeah, so I'm not sure whether you have someone in your life who calls you dummy in a loving way. So if you do, then this might be confirmation that this is their higher self coming through for you guys. Yeah, but that is the message I received with this card. Now I am going to pull out some oracle cards to see what else spirit or this specific energy has to say to you at this current moment. Actually, I'm going to shuffle this one. Pull out some oracle cards for clarification. Messages for group 1. Okay. When I shuffle the cards, I actually don't like to see them upturned or turn around. I actually face them downwards, but I'll leave them upright for you guys so that you can see them. Okay, so this one, this, and then we have breath in reverse, and we have death upright. And before I interpret these cards, I actually want to pull out the written messages for this group. Okay. Wow. Wow. That was a lot. But okay. So we have yes. Close both eyes to see with the other eye. This is a quote by Rumi. We have yes again, double yes. So if you had a question in mind, or you've been asking for an answer from spirit for a while now, then here is your answer, and we have it twice. So if you tend to question spirit or question the confirmation that comes to you, or signs or synchronicity that spirit sends to you, then I feel that's why they sent in 2 yeses, just so you can be certain that this is your answer. And then we have music is the language of the universe, music is the language of my soul. Okay, then we have not yet, and lastly, I am here for you always. I feel like this is a message from this spirit that's coming through, but okay, we'll see. So we have the 8 of Pentacles, number 44, the broken glass, and then we have the Queen of Wands, number 40, which is the wine. So immediately I'm noticing repeated numbers. We have 444. The number 4 for me personally signifies protection and is a sign that angels or your angels are near, so you are safe. It's also a number of healing. So if you have been seeing 444 lately, then this might be confirmation to you. Or whenever you see 444 or 44 or the number 4 a lot, then that might be a sign that this spirit guide or this energy here is with you. So I feel like this energy here, this spirit guide, is currently working with you on building your confidence or helping you feel more safe and secure within yourself. I know we have the Queen of Wands here, and the Queen of Wands can be very feisty, very outgoing, very extroverted. And then of course we have Wine here, which talks about cheerfulness and gaiety, it's celebration. Again, it's like this very outgoing energy. But if you often present yourself as this Queen of Wands to the world, then it might often be as like, I'm almost getting like, you know, like imposter syndrome. Like you show up a certain way to the public or to the world, but you don't believe in this persona that you are playing. It's almost like you are acting or playing a role or playing a character. And when the curtains finally close, then that is when you retreat back into yourself. That is when you feel possibly a bit lost or alone, because I am getting this energy of no one understands me, no one truly sees me, no one really knows the real me. And it actually might be very difficult for you guys to open up to others emotionally, because I do sense that there is like a deep sense of emotional wounding going on here. The Eight of Pentacles speaks about a working energy. It's working diligently on something in order to perfect it or better it. And I feel like what is being worked on here is how you view yourself, how you think of yourself, how you see yourself. Because I feel like the perception you have of yourself has nothing to do with the reality, because the light that you see yourself under is not a pretty one. And I feel like that's why we have the message here, close both eyes to see with the other eye. This is talking about the third eye, and the third eye talks all about clarity and truth. It is seeing beyond the illusions, seeing beyond the false perceptions. And with the broken mirror here, I'm getting like, I'm not sure if that's the correct term, but like breaking through the matrix or the societal matrix, breaking through the stigmas. I feel like most of your life you have been seeing yourself through other people's eyes or through the eyes of society. So I feel like this is truly in regards to how you view your physical appearance in terms to beauty standards. That might be one aspect, but that is coming through very strongly here, because we do have the Queen of Wands here and we do have the Green Woman here. The Green Woman is actually the Empress of this deck, and the Empress energy is all about beauty, feminine energy, creation, life, sensuality. And that's the Queen of Wands as well. It's about empowerment and confidence. And these two energies are coming through for you guys. So whether you are female or not, or you relate to that gender or not, that doesn't truly matter here, because this is just talking about energy. Like, you guys are the personification of beauty. And it's kind of difficult to give this message here, because if I were to go on about how amazing you are, I don't think that will help much, because I feel like you guys will reject those messages right off the bat. Like, you guys are so encased in this cocoon of self-doubt, of all of these like thoughts that have been consuming your mind for years possibly, that it's difficult to take any other reality in. Like, I'm seeing these vines here as possibly your thoughts, but it might also have been like commentary from other people that were not very nice, because arrows represent air energy, and that connects with the mental realm as well as communication. So see how the arrows are hurting her, right? And she's taking them in, like she's letting the arrows strike her. But remember that this is the green woman. The green woman is the Empress, and the Empress does represent earth energy. It's Mother Gaia. So we know that it is impossible for Mother Gaia to be hurt by these arrows. Yet here she is taking it in. And the only reason why she is letting herself be impaled by these arrows is because she believes she deserves it in some way. Because she believes that they do have some effect on her. But the truth is that they don't. They really don't. So with this broken mirror here, it is time to start seeing yourself through other people's eyes, or through the eyes of society, and start recognizing yourself for who you truly are. And the Death card symbolizes transformation. So the Death card is here to tell us it is time to let old ways die. It is time to be reborn, but it's sort of like be reborn in your mind, be reborn in how you see yourself and how you perceive yourself. And you know what? It's like if you guys tend to compare yourself to others, it's like this here is the Empress, right? And we have the Queen of Wands here. So I almost feel like there's a Queen of Wands in your life. Someone that you look, I wouldn't say you look up to, but it's sort of possibly you envy or maybe you admire, and you tend to compare yourself to them. You see them and you see them as amazing, as beautiful, as talented, and you look at yourself and you think, wow, I can never match up. I can never compare. I can never be as good as they are, as this queen is. Yet you forget that you are the freaking Empress. Yes, she's a queen. Yes, they are a Queen of Wands, but you are the Empress. Can you imagine the Empress looking at the Queen of Wands and thinking that she is less than? Or that she can be at the same level as the Queen of Wands? It doesn't make sense. And really, the Empress here is lowering herself by even comparing herself to the Queen of Wands. Because the Empress is on a whole other level. When we get stuck, like, it's beautiful to find someone that we admire, someone that inspires us. That's the most beautiful thing. But when we start comparing ourselves to someone else or competing against someone else, then know that pretty much we're going to lose the game, because it's not that you're not as good as them. It's just that you guys are a whole different games. You're whole different levels. Like, the Queen of Wands shines as the Queen of Wands because that's who she is. And you trying to shine as the Queen of Wands is never going to work out for you, because you're not the Queen of Wands. You're the Empress. You will shine as the Empress, but you're not allowing yourself to shine as the Empress because you're too busy trying to be someone else. And that's why you're limiting yourself here with the Hold card. Because it's like, I imagine this person saying, like, I'm not good enough. Like, I can't do what they do. I will never be able to be as good as them. I will never be able to accomplish what they have accomplished, or just accomplish any goal in general. And you're not allowing yourself to explore further because of that. You're not allowing yourself to discover what your talents are. You're not allowing yourself to see your beauty. And so here, I feel like this spirit is coming here to tell you, to let you know that it's time to start working on your many talents, on your many skills. And for those of you who are currently working on your skills or talents. And this may even apply when you do start working on your skills or talents. I feel like your spirit guide is here to let you know, do not be so harsh on yourself. With the breath card here being in reverse, I get like this feeling of like anxieties, having anxiety, experiencing panic attacks, having constant nightmares, not being able to sleep at night, or waking up with this feeling of anxiety. Or because with this Eight of Pentacles, I'm getting like perfectionism, holding yourself to like a certain expectation or ideal. And if that is the case, I feel like these expectations are not even what you truly believe in. It's more like a projection of ideas other people or society has instilled in you over time. Because I'm almost getting like you try very hard, but no matter what results you get or no matter how good you do in something, you always find a flaw in it. It's like never good enough. Like, I could have done better. And it's almost the same thing. Like, if there isn't a Queen of Wands in your life at this moment that you're comparing yourself to, maybe it's this idea of yourself you're comparing yourself to. And you try so hard to be that and aim for that, but it doesn't work out because this Queen of Wands like doesn't really exist. And because you're not meant to be this Queen of Wands, like we already said, because you're the Empress. Like, just know that you are doing your best and that your best is good enough. Is Empress good enough? And the Eight of Pentacles, it's an energy of building on something very slowly and feeling gratification, not towards the success you get out of it or the results you get out of something, but it's getting gratification solely on the fact that you were determined enough to work on this. It's like getting gratification of the work you put into something. And also remember that perfection is an illusion. It doesn't exist. So when we hold ourselves to that standard, we're always going to feel disappointed. Because perfection, it's the biggest excuse we give to ourselves to hold ourselves back. And if talents or skills do not resonate with you, then this might be just discovering more about yourself. So give yourself a moment, just a moment, to allow yourself to just have a conversation with yourself. Get to know yourself without holding any judgment. Pretend as if you were talking to the child version of you. And be intrigued by yourself. Be intrigued by your answers, by your viewpoints, by your feelings. And instead of judging them, I was going to say have fun with it, but it's more like just ask yourself why you're feeling this way. It's sort of like, when you ask a kid, you ask a child a question, and sometimes they give like the most outrageous answers, and it's not because they're like outrageous in and of themselves, but it's because they're not limited. They haven't been like placed in a box yet. They're not comparing themselves yet to others, or they're not trying to please other people by giving the right answer. They're being truthful to you. And then that's why their answers are just so unique. I feel like that's the energy you're being asked to come into. Allow yourself to explore. Allow yourself to be truthful to you. And have fun with what you discover. Have fun with it. And if there are certain things that you don't like about yourself, it's okay. It's okay. You can start working on it to better it if you feel the need to do so. If you feel like there's certain cycles that need to be broken, then it's okay. We can work on breaking those cycles. And with this Eight of Pentacles, it's telling me that you will be able to do so. With this wine here, like cheerfulness, I'm getting that like being more playful with yourself, being a bit more relaxed with yourself, not being so judgmental, not being so harsh with yourself. Because like I said, like It doesn't matter how many people come up to you and tell you how amazing you are. You won't believe it until you tell that to yourself and you believe it. Like sometimes it's difficult to accept love from others when we don't love ourselves. Because if this is kind of like the imposter syndrome, then we often question like, how can someone love me if they don't truly know me? They just love this idea of me, or they just love this person that I present to the world, but that's not truly who I am. So they must not really love me. But I do feel like there's people who see you, who truly see you, and who want to remind you how magnificent you are, and how much they value you, like how much of an impact you make in their life, because the Empress is a very nurturing energy. The Empress enters a room and you cannot deny her presence. She is the life of the room. She's the life of the party. And like, even though you might not be very outgoing or extroverted, like people still see you. Even if you might feel like the wallflower, people still notice you and they remember you. They will only meet you once, but they will remember you. Because that's how much of an impact you leave in other people. And it's a positive impact. There's just something about you that is undeniable. We do have music is the language of the universe. Music is the language of my soul. I feel like music is very healing for you guys. And with this Empress, her standing on this like rock here, it feels like a stage. It almost feels like she's acting in a way. So if performance or singing or acting is something that calls to you, but again, you might feel insecure about your talents, insecure about your presence on stage. Again, you have a huge presence to you. Your light will only grow brighter as you begin to feel more confident in yourself, as you begin to accept the impact you leave wherever you are. Because with this hold, I keep getting, you're only holding yourself back. It's almost like you're afraid of your own power. It's like you intuitively know how powerful, how radiant your light is, and you hold it back because you're scared of how that might impact others, or you're scared of maybe the attention that will bring. Because possibly, I'm almost getting like maybe when you were younger, you were maybe this extroverted kid. Maybe you spoke your mind. You didn't hold back in any way. If you felt like singing, you started singing in the middle of like a family reunion, or you danced wherever you felt like dancing. And possibly other people told you to be quiet, or to settle down, or to calm down, or maybe made fun of you in some way. Maybe you had big dreams and aspirations, and whenever you shared them, people told you that that was ridiculous. And because of that, you started like holding yourself back. You started encasing this inner child that was so free-spirited, that was full of spunk and fire. And now it's very difficult to believe that anything that you used to believe in was true or is true. But remember, like, other people, their commentary, their perspectives is not a universal truth. It's just their truth. It's the reality that they're living in. And if they want to live that limited reality, then it's up to them. Maybe it works perfectly for them. But remember, you guys are on a whole other level. So that's why you don't feel quite right where you are right now, because you belong like in the penthouse, like you belong in the stars. While other people are reaching for the moon, you're reaching for the stars. And that works perfectly for you. And it's okay to be vulnerable. If there are people you feel safe with, I feel like there's some people in your life who genuinely and truly love you. And maybe you're scared to let them know what is going on within you. Maybe you're scared to let them know about your insecurities, about your anxieties, about your fears, because maybe you feel like possibly these people have put you on a pedestal for the same reason. Maybe you feel like they think you're this person that you're not, and you're scared to disappoint them. But please know that you will not disappoint them. They will be here for you. They will hold space for you. So you can open up to them. You can be vulnerable to them. The rose doesn't stop being beautiful because it loses its petals. I feel the rose is beautiful because it allows itself to transform. It allows itself to bloom and to blossom and to fall when it needs to in order to be reborn again to the next version of itself. And that's what it's being called for you to do here. It's time to be reborn. I feel like this is also a message from people that are currently in your life. Like, they want you to know that they're here for you, that they will always be here for you. They love you for you, not for any persona that you feel that you are playing. You have a guide with you that is working with you, and you can connect with them. And I feel like you can connect with them through the breath. Like, whenever you create space for yourself to go within, to just feel your breath, to connect with your breath, and set the intention for healing or for vulnerability or for truth, then this guide will come in. There might even be a mentor that comes into your life later on who will help empower you in some way. I just keep getting empowerment. Help with empowerment and with confidence. The green woman is also a healer. So maybe there are some spiritual abilities that you guys will be tapping into further on in your journey, if that resonates with you. And there is a mentor that is going to come in who will help you with that. Because maybe there might even be some insecurities in terms to your psychic or your healing abilities. Now, the healing abilities may be like spiritual or metaphysical, like Reiki healing or energy healing, but this might even be like in regards to therapy, being a therapist, psychiatrist, being a doctor or a nurse. It's just something that helps heal others. And if this is not only healing, also the Empress is a creative energy, as well as the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands also reminds me like someone who is on stage, someone who is like a performer. So again, if that is something that calls out to you, then you're like a natural performer. You were born to be on stage. You were born to perform. You were born to inspire others. So believe in that. Okay? But that's all the messages I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or comment. And if you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next moment, bye-bye. Hola seekers who chose group or pile 2. So we will be receiving any messages Spirit has for you or wants for you to hear at this moment. But before we do, we are going to shuffle this deck, and the card that falls out will let us know who is connecting with us or coming through to deliver these messages for you guys. I will also be using this card to connect and channel a written message for you guys. Okay, so we will see who is connecting with us at this current moment. Okay, so that was pretty fast. And we have the Two of Bows, decision. The Two of Bows is the Two of Wands in the Rider-Waite's Tarot. Okay, so I'm getting two very different interpretations for this card. When I immediately saw the image, I thought of someone else's higher self coming through for you guys. And the energy of this spirit or higher self felt very persistent, very strict. But as I connected more with this group, the energy began to soften, and I felt like it was more of your higher self that was coming through. So it might be the case that it's an ancestor along with your higher self that is coming through to deliver these messages. But if you tend to connect more with your ancestors or seek them for guidance, then this might very well be an ancestor that is coming through for you guys. And it's funny because these energies are very different from each other. If the ancestor is resonating, if an ancestor coming through for you guys is resonating, then they are very, I feel like they don't bullshit around. Like, they can be very in your face at times, especially when they are sensing that you are feeling a bit lost or are up in your head a lot. And I feel like it's only because they might get frustrated when you begin doubting yourself or doubting your worth. Because they know how powerful you are and how at the end of the day, whatever you feel you cannot overcome or solve, like they know that you will be able to do it. Or if you are stuck, because we do have decision here between making a choice and you're worried about making the right choice, like this ancestor knows that at the end you will make the right choice. Or that you already know what is the right choice for you, but you're just prolonging making the final decision. It almost feels like a trainer, like you know, like those physical trainers who are like right by your side as you're like doing push-ups and you're like close to like the final set of push-ups and you feel like you're about to die, you're about to tap out, and then the trainer's right there beside you like, no, you can do it, one more. That's the energy I'm getting from them. So they're like your number one supporters. They really believe in you, and they might come off a bit harsh sometimes. And if they come off a bit harsh sometimes, it's not because they're punishing you or because they're disappointed in you or ashamed of you. It's just they want you to become aware of your power and to feel more confident in yourself. So I'm getting like possibly at times you might seek for their guidance or maybe a sign from them, and you might not hear so much from them. Like you might not see a lot of signs or not receive messages like you normally do. And it's not because they're shutting you away. It's just because they want you to realize that you already have the answer. You already know the answer, and to trust in yourself more. I'm also getting like sparks. So whenever you feel like this push of motivation, or like maybe you're down, feeling a bit down, but then all of a sudden you get a burst of inspiration, like, no, I can do it, I'm badass, I will be able to overcome this. I feel that that's your ancestor speaking to you in the background, like motivating you and supporting you. They're sending like that empowering energy to you. And for those of you who are not very much connecting with this ancestor energy, I do feel like it might be your higher self coming through, and this energy is completely the opposite. It's more soft and gentle. It felt very much like a mother energy, nurturing their child, letting them know that everything is going to be okay and that they're very loved. And this is towards you, so they just want to let you know that everything's going to be okay, that you're very loved, and that you're doing well, and that you will always make the right choice. And your higher self wants you to know that they're not worried in the least about your capabilities or about you making the right decision. Like, they're not worried about your future. And of course, this makes sense because your higher self sees and knows all. So them coming through to let you know that they're not worried about you at all. It's like letting you know everything is going to be okay. So if you are like up in your head in regards to something or worrying about something, then know that all will turn out well. Okay, but now I'm going to read the written message I channeled for you guys, and I actually did this off screen because I wasn't sure if you guys would like to see this whole process of scribing, but here it is for you guys. So, there is more. No doubt that there is more. You have devised a plan, many alternative routes, and now you are stuck at a crossroad. What is it that worries you? There is no right or wrong. There are many ways to get to the same destination. Do not falter in your decisions because you fear missing out. You are never without when you choose sincerely, or you choose from the heart. You have planned for this many eons ago, but only now do you remember. You gave yourself the opportunity to choose your adventure. And I actually was pulled to read a quote from a book. And this is from Star Touch Stories by Roshani Chokshi. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. And the quote is, "People can take a lot of roads to get to the same ending. And even with the same ending, sometimes it is quite a different story." And this didn't come through in the written message, but I feel this ancestor or your higher self wants you to know that whatever path you take, you have all the preparation, all the strength and courage to traverse this path. So basically, your higher self wants you to know you wouldn't have offered yourself something that was going to set you up for failure, basically. Okay, but now I'm going to move into the cards. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle these cards to see what other messages your higher self or this ancestor has for you, or spirit has for you in general. Okay, so we already have 2 cards. So we have the 10 of Pentacles, the Scythe, number 8, and we have the King of Wands, number 50, the Bear. And to clarify, whoa, that one flew out. Actually, oh my gosh, 3 cards flew out. Perfect. So we have Drifting, Release, and the Voice. Okay, but now I would like to pull out some written messages for you guys. And actually, these 2. And this one. So we have, do you hear my call? I am here. We have yes with an exclamation mark. I feel like this is the energy of the ancestor that was coming through here. Very persistent. The stars whispered your name to me in a dream. And actually, I also pulled out this one for you guys. The seed knows to root first before reaching for the sky. Okay. So I'll leave that here. Okay, so I am immediately seeing an energy of endings. We have cutting away with something, walking away from something, or releasing something. And if it's not something, then it might be someone. Now we do have the 10 of Pentacles here, and this denotes stability and security. And it might be very well in terms to finances, but I'm also seeing it in terms to your relationships. Now we do have the number 8 here, and the number 8 is an energy of working hard on something to better it. It's an energy of persistence and diligence and dedication. So if you find yourself in a situation where you feel like you have worked very hard to better a situation or to keep it afloat in any way, but no matter how much effort you put into it, you're not getting much back. And because of this, you have been contemplating on whether to walk away from this or let go and release it in some way, then I feel Spirit is here to encourage you to do so with this yes here. And it's not so much because they tell you to do it that you will do it. I feel like they are only here to say yes to you because it's already confirming an intuitive knowing that you have. So this is basically here to confirm something that you already know deep within, but maybe you're having a hard time accepting. Because we do have the Bear here, which for me denotes intuition. And as you can see with the message here, the Bear is a sign of successful speculations. So I'm seeing this as your intuition is right. Whatever you have been feeling is right. So again, if you feel like it's time to walk away from something and you only came looking for confirmation, then here is your confirmation. Because we do have release here, we also have drifting. So if this is not so this can be in terms to a job situation, career-wise, a personal creative endeavor that you feel like you have given it your all, you have tried everything, but it's just not working out for you, it's not giving you this stability and security that you are aiming for, then I do feel like there is something new waiting for you guys, because the number 10 does represent conclusions, endings, and right after the 10 we start with the number 1, which is about beginnings. And we do have this message: the seed knows to root first before reaching for the sky. And looking at this release card, I know these are pebbles, but I am seeing them as seeds. And it's like, if at this moment you've been contemplating on starting a new project, or maybe venturing out and trying like freelance, or starting your own business, or becoming an independent worker, then I feel like Spirit is letting you know, yeah, it's okay. You can take that path. You can try it out. It's time to plant your seeds for a new beginning. But they are also letting you know that this is going to be a new journey, right? Things might not manifest for you right from the get-go, because as we mentioned, we are planting seeds, and seeds take their time to grow. So this is going to be a journey. And with this scythe here, I'm like being reminded of farming. This is something that is going to take hard work and dedication, but you will see the fruits of it, because again, we have the 10 of Pentacles here, which represents financial abundance, which represents that security and stability. And if this is not so much in terms to finances, this might be in terms to a relationship, because we do have the King of Wands here. The King of Wands is someone who is passionate, who is a leader, very confident in themselves. I always say that the King of Wands can be so confident that at times they might come off as arrogant. And when the King of Wands is not very grounded, not very aligned with their highest self, they can be a bit arrogant, a bit hot-headed at times. So if you feel like this is representing someone in your life at this moment, someone that you have tried very hard to maintain a relationship with, or worked very hard to keep them pleased in some way, but they are not putting so much on their end, or the relationship keeps being a bit wonky or unstable, and you've been contemplating on possibly walking away from this person or this relationship, then I feel like, again, Spirit is only here to confirm what you already intuitively know. Because we do have drifting here, and this is just reminding me of two people drifting apart. And oftentimes when this happens, it's because either we or the other person are ready to embark on another chapter, on the next chapter of our lives. We are kind of like leveling up or ascending in some way. And, you know, and if we're not like at the same wavelength, if we're not maybe growing at the same pace, then it is often the case that we just drift apart, right? Because we're not meeting eye to eye anymore. You can even say you're not like vibrating at the same frequency anymore, and it's time to walk your separate ways. So if you feel that that might be the case at this moment, then again, Spirit is only here to confirm what you already know, and it's time to release this old chapter so that you can begin your new chapter. And again, with the 10 of Pentacles in the traditional Rider-Waite's tarot, it's represented with like a family, like the dog and the happy marriage. And I feel like there is like an elder person in the image. I feel like if there is, that elder person might be that ancestor that was coming through. But anyways, so yes, so I do see a potential for finding that stable relationship that you are wanting. It also reminds me of commitment, or like marriage, or starting a family. And if that is something that you want or you are working towards to, but you feel like, you know, it's not happening with this person, then again, Spirit is here to confirm that possibly this is not the person for you, that there is another person, because we do have the voice here, that is waiting for you in the near future to connect with you to make these dreams come true. So to create this happy family with you, to commit to you. The voice also reminds me of intuition. It's about speaking up and speaking your truth, letting your voice be heard. And as you can see, we have the world here and we have like 2 light beings here, and I see these light beings as souls. So this other person that you might be connecting with might be from like a different part of the world, or maybe just a different city. And the reason that maybe this relationship is ending, it's because now you are meant to come into union with this person, with your person. As I said, I feel like you guys are leveling up in some way. And especially if you have made it clear to the universe or to yourself what it is that you want in a relationship. Because I also see this voice or the voice card as manifesting. So I feel like you guys have been actively manifesting. So now I see you walking away from a situation that is not in alignment with what you want, and in that you're walking towards your manifestation, towards what is in alignment with what you truly want and desire. And again, with this quote here, I feel like this relationship will also be like a slow moving one, like will progress slowly. Maybe it might take some time before you meet with this person, and it might take some time before you begin forming a relationship with this person. And the only reason why it's going so slow moving, it's because we're aiming to build stronger foundations here. We're aiming for commitment and longevity here with this 10 of Pentacles. So we want to make sure that every brick we are putting into our foundation is a sturdy one, is a secure one. So that at the end, when we're done building our tower, it doesn't fall easily with any little storm that passes through, right? So for example, if there's an argument between you two in the relationship, then one of you won't like flee right from the get-go or call quits in the relationship. This is you two working together to build trust, loyalty, and to build that safety. To know that you can rely on each other and work through any hardships or obstacles that come about. Because I'm seeing like this message of it's us against the world. So it's like teamwork here, or partnership. So that is what is waiting for you guys. Because with this card decision, I do feel like you guys might be, as we mentioned with the written message, at a crossroads. You might be questioning whether to stay or to move from a situation. And again, you know your situation better than I do. And remember that every tarot reading that you ever come across with is only here to confirm what you already intuitively know. No tarot reader will ever be able to give you your answer. We're just here to give some guidance and to maybe give you that reassurance and that validation that you are seeking, right? And that's why we have this yes underlined and with an exclamation mark. Because I feel like you guys already know deep within what is the choice that is needed to be made at this moment. And whatever that may be, then Spirit here is only to confirm it to you. So if it's the case that you feel like, you know, there is potential for more, like that this relationship can build up to something more, that it's not time yet to walk away or to move on, then follow that gut feeling. Because this might very well be saying that there is a potential here, that possibly only a little bit more effort is needed from your part. And if it's not from your part, then it might be from this person, and that maybe at some point they will be willing to provide it. Right? But again, if you feel like you have given it your all, you have tried your very best to communicate with this person, or maybe to communicate with your boss if it's a job situation, right? Or if it's like a personal endeavor, you have tried your very best to make it work, but it's just not working, and you feel like there is something more waiting out there for you, that's because there is. Oh, and the intuitive or the channeled message did say, there is more. No doubt that there is more, right? Sorry, you guys have to keep pausing the video because my neighbors are truly the rowdiest bunch. But okay, yeah, and we do have the number 50 here, and the number 5 denotes changes. It's drastic and dramatic changes. So I am definitely seeing new beginnings for you guys, transitions as well. And with this message, the stars whisper your name to me in a dream. And the voice card here, I am definitely seeing someone coming in for you guys. If that is something that you have been trying to manifest. This might be even like a soulmate, so someone from your soul family who you chose to meet in this lifetime to connect either in a romantic way or platonically. This might even be someone that you will partner up with to maybe begin a new creative endeavor or a business of sorts. You know what? I'm even getting this message like, what is it? Meeting like the right person but at the wrong time. So if it is the case that you feel like this King of Wands is your person, then again, Spirit is here to confirm that yes, this is your person, but right now is not the best time to be together because you two need to work on your own personal journeys to obtain personal growth so that you can be in alignment with each other to finally come into union. But right now, it is needed for you to kind of release control of the situation or this relationship. Let things unfold as they should for there to be progression, for there to be growth. But I am seeing a high possibility of you two reuniting if you definitely feel like this is the person for you. Because with these ones here, I'm seeing like the number 11. And we do have 2 here, and I usually and 2 for me denotes partnerships and unions, and number 11 is like reminds me of like divine unions or of divine connections. And for some reason I'm seeing this middleman as like your ancestor or the higher self, and he's kind of like pushing you to like giving you guys his energy or giving you like the clues or the inspiration for you to move along your journeys. I know I gave like various different interpretations for this group and I was getting like very mixed energies, but this is a general reading and I feel like Spirit is very much wanting for this group to listen to their intuition because I feel like you guys already know what is best for you. You already know what steps you are meant to take next, and Spirit is only here to comfort you, to reassure you, and to validate you. And with this release card, all I keep getting is all will be well. All will unfold as it should, so let it unfold. So all that is happening here, all the changes or the nudges to create changes in your life are for your highest good because you two are being inspired to pursue growth, not only in your external reality, but also internally. I just keep getting bringing you in alignment with what you desire. So be it a relationship, a person, or a job situation, career, life purpose, whatever resonates with you at this current moment. Okay? So that is all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. I hope it wasn't so confusing because I kept needing to pause for all the noise that was happening in the background. I kind of lost track of what I was saying, so I hope this wasn't very confusing for you guys. But again, thank you so much for joining me. And if this message did resonate with you, then you can always leave a like or a comment or share this video. This helps support my channel and just lets me know that I am connecting with you guys, and I do offer personal readings, so if you're interested, all the information is in my website and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. Okay, so thank you so much for watching and until the next moment, bye bye. Hola Seekers who chose group or pile 3. So we are going to receive any messages that Spirit wants for you to hear at this moment. But before we get into that, I am going to shuffle this deck over here, and the card that falls out will let us know who is connecting with us, who is coming through with these specific messages. I will also use this card to channel a written message for you guys, okay? So let's start shuffling. So who is coming through for group 3? Who is the spirit that is connecting with us for group 3? Who is the spirit that has a message for group 3? Okay, Spirit, we're burning candlelight over here. Who has a message for group 3? Okay, thank you. Wow, okay. So we have the wheel, which is the Wheel of Fortune in the Rider-Waite's Tarot. Okay, so the first thing that came to mind was universe and the divine. I am not getting any specific energy here, like your higher self or a spirit guide or the higher self of someone else. It literally feels like this very expansive energy. I even got a bit of a headache, and when I tried to channel a message, a written message for you guys, like this was the group that was the most difficult to connect or to receive a very direct message, because there were just so many messages coming through that I had to ask Spirit to just compile all of them and give me an overall message for you guys. So I have already channeled the written message for you guys. I did it off screen because I wasn't sure if you guys would be interested in seeing that whole process, but I'm just going to read it for you and see if it makes any sense to you guys. So here it goes. This is where endings and beginnings are made. An alteration, a shift, and the whole is changed. You are not made of time. Time is made. An hourglass is just sand within a glass, after all. There is more that meets the eye. This is not a world. It is the universe. The wheel turns and turns at its rhythm, at its pace. Whether slow or fast is unknowing. Only those with clouded hearts will claim to know and judge. So look into your heart, and if you find the need to do so, look out to look in. Maybe the answer is waiting for you where you've been hiding. Yeah, so that is what I received in terms to a written message. In contrast to the other two groups, I'm not getting any more information as of yet, but I will explain to you what the Wheel of Fortune signifies. So usually this is associated with destiny and fate. I personally love the interpretation of this card in this specific deck because it lets us know that fate or destiny, though it has a part in our journey, it is not all of our journey. So in other words, not everything is written in stone. Okay, I just got a message. Do not get so caught up in the outcomes, because sometimes the journey is what matters the most. I feel a lot of pressure in my head, and whenever that happens, I know there's like some intense energy going on. So I wonder if you guys, if this is like my psychic group, if you guys practice some form of divination, or you are into mysticism or world of the metaphysics. I don't know, I just get the feeling that if you are worried that something will not come into fruition, or that your actions or the changes you decide to undertake in your life might lead you astray from the path that you're desiring to walk on, or from your manifestation or your destiny, whatever it may be, Spirit wants to let you know that what is meant for you will always find you. There was a quote I read for group 2 actually that is very similar to the message Spirit is trying to deliver here. There are various paths that lead you to the same outcome. And so even though the journey might be different, you will always end up where you need to be. So I'm almost getting like, do not put your life on hold. Do not fear change for fear that you might walk away from that which is of you. Remember that there are some things that are pre-planned or destined, and there are some things that aren't. So your outcome is already written for you. Your manifestation, your blessing, whatever it may be, it's already yours. What is not written in stone is how you get there. That may change at any moment. Because I was getting the energy of the divine or universe, I am getting like divine intervention here or like divine timing. So timing might shift and change depending on your journey, because for the universe, time doesn't really exist. That's something that we've created in this material plane. So there's no exact date. There's no exact when. It's more of when it's meant to unfold, and it will unfold, but just know that it will unfold. Yeah. Because with the sun and the moon here, there's like, it's an illusion of time here. There's no real set time here. The night and day are both playing in this game. And so it's almost, in terms of timing, anything is possible. It can happen tomorrow, or it can happen a year from now, or it can happen in a few hours. Like, I'm getting almost like a wrinkle in time. Like that can happen, like a wrinkle in time. It can happen at any moment. So yeah, so just the advice from Spirit here is, do not place your life on hold, because what is of you will always find you. So do not worry about that. Okay, whew. But now I'm going to move into the other cards to see what other messages Spirit has for us. Okay, that one flew right out. One more card. Okay, and this one. And some clarifications. Okay. Do we have 3? I never look at the back of the deck, but I feel like looking for you guys. Okay, we have healer. Okay. So we have goodness, humility, and the star. And this card is number 20, the 7 of Wands, the lilies, in reverse. And we have the Ace of Swords, number 37, the rapiers. Okay, and now I'm going to pull out some written messages, which I feel will be these 2. Okay, Spirit has a sense of humor. Let it be. Okay, B, don't try to become, a quote from Osho. And actually, this one was the one that fell on top of the wheel, and I feel like opening it for you guys. So we'll see what this one says. Is it? Not yet. Okay. And this is the one that fell on top of the wheel, this message, okay? So not yet. Yeah, so with not yet, I definitely feel like divine timing is at play here. And there might be some impatience coming from you guys, and universe is coming through to tell you, relax. Relax, because everything is working in your favor and everything will unfold as it should. And it will unfold in a very magical and almost serendipitous way. That's what I'm getting with this star. And you will always be guided is also what I'm getting here. So if you feel like making a change in your life, do not fear to go for it. Do not fear that if you move from a certain place that your blessing might miss you, or that you won't miss an opportunity in some way. Because I feel like your manifestation, your blessing, whatever it is that you guys, I feel like you guys are waiting for something. Whatever it is that you're waiting for, it will come and it will find you. It doesn't matter where you are at. Universe will make it so. Spirit will make it so. The divine has a huge role here. So they will find a way to bring you two together, to bring you to your manifestation, to your desired outcome, or to your person, if this is a person that you are wanting to meet, or you're manifesting, or you're waiting for. Because again, I'm getting like a waiting energy, especially with this goodness card here. It looks like someone who is meditating. Oh, we did receive a message from channel, written message that said, look into your heart, and if you find the need to do so, look out to look in. Maybe the answer is waiting for you where you've been hiding. Okay, Spirit sometimes talks in riddles and I don't understand why they do that, but okay. So we do have like this light here emanating from the chest, and I'm connecting that with the heart space. So I do see this need to connect more with your heart space, or to maybe work on this specific chakra, because I'm feeling this need for trust, but it's more like trust in self, trust in you, and in that you will build a stronger trust with the universe or with the divine. Now I am seeing reflection here, so if this is a union that you're waiting to happen, and you're stressing about when this new union will happen, or reunion, I know it's not much of like comfort, but like Spirit doesn't want you to worry about that time, because this will happen when it is time. Remember that we are each on an independent journey, right? And it's almost, okay, like before we incarnate, we decide what lessons we want to learn, what experiences we want to experience. We give ourselves checkpoints. That's what I usually see them as. Like, you know how when you, in video games, you reach a certain checkpoint and then the game automatically like saves it for you, so you don't have to start from the beginning. It's like you reached a certain level and then you don't have to experience all that you experienced before. Now you can easily move up to the next level and so on, right? So I see this like giving yourself certain checkpoints, and everyone assigns themselves their own checkpoints. And so I feel like there's some checkpoints that you need to get to, and that this person needs to get to before you come together. So let's say like one of you guys' checkpoint is to meet each other, to connect. But before you get to that, you have to pass all the other levels first, right? And then when you join, then possibly there's more levels that you need to go through, but now you will go through them together. So that is why patience here is required. That's why we have humility here. With this humility card, it's having this knowing that all is working in your favor, that everything is unfolding organically and as it should, that everything is playing out in accordance. Nothing is out of order. And so you can wait, knowing that your manifestation will come in when it's meant to come in. It's like waiting for day during the night. You know that the sun will rise the next day. And so it's kind of a bit useless and fruitless to worry all night if the sun will rise the next day, because you know that it will. So instead of worrying whether the sun will show up the next day, enjoy the night, because the night also has something to give to you, has some beautiful and magical experiences to offer you. So enjoy your moment is what I'm getting. Enjoy your life right now. Because there is something important that you're supposed to get out of the now, that because you're worrying about your future or the future outcomes, you are not allowing yourself to fully experience. And with this goodness, like if it is a connection or a union that you're waiting for, then know that you are always connected. As you can see, you guys are like a reflection of each other, and I feel like you are connected from the heart space. So you can never lose each other. And again, if this is not a person, then this might be, I'm seeing this as your blessings, your dreams. Remember, your dreams are a reflection of you. They come from you. So how can you lose something that is of you? You can't. I'm sorry, this is like a random message, but I just got it. The sun always shines within you. The sun will always rise from within you. Because I do see sun energy here. The star reminds me of hope. The sun is about joy, clarity. It's about truth being revealed. It's about revelations. And I also see it as a rebirth. So nothing is being hidden from you. Nothing is being hidden from you. I feel like universe is being very upfront here, letting you know, hey, what you feel to be yours is yours and will always be yours, and no one and nothing can take it from you. We just don't know when you will be able to have it in your physical hands. And that's only because there is so many things at play here. We do have the 7 of Wands here. And when it is upright, it talks about being on the defensive, being resistant, or challenging everything that comes your way. But we do have this one in reverse. And because the 7 of Wands, when it is upright, it's a very perseverant energy. It fights for what it believes. Seeing it in reverse, I'm getting a bit of a hopeless energy, especially because we have the lilies here, and the lilies are in reverse as well. And the lilies do remind me of hope, and we do have like this pink aura around them, and the pink always reminds me of the heart space, and that's that very hopeful, innocent, imaginative energy. And so some of you might literally be losing hope at this moment. Hope that your manifestation will come in. You're losing hope that you will ever get to meet your person or be in union with your person. Or maybe even losing hope that things will get better for you. And Spirit is just letting you know, don't lose sight of that hope. Because that hope is the light at the end of the tunnel. It is what guides you towards your manifestation. It is the voice of your manifestation and your dreams. It is the voice of your truth. So whenever you feel like you're doubting, take a moment, because I do feel like you guys might practice meditation or, practice strengthening a connection with the divine or with your higher self. And if that is the case, then I feel you're being reminded to reconnect, to take some time and be in stillness, and more specifically connect with your heart space and think of your manifestation, think of your dream. And if it still fills you with that sense of hope, if when you think about it, you immediately feel, yes, this can happen, yes, this is it for me, then it's because it is. It is because in some reality, it's already happening. Remember that time is an illusion and the universe goes back and forth. It's not linear for the universe. Things don't happen linearly for the universe. So the reason why they're coming through to tell you here to not lose hope is because they already see it in a future happening for you guys. It's gonna take some time for you to get there in accordance to like this physical reality and in accordance to the laws of this physical 3D plane. But they already see you with your manifestation. You see how we have this connection here? It's already happening. It's already yours. So keep moving forward. Keep living and experiencing your life, so that the journey itself will not be so painful, will not be so stressful. The reason why universe comes here to tell you, like, You know, be hopeful, be patient. It's not to irritate you like, oh man, divine timing. What does that even mean? It's sort of just to let you know, like, hey, everything is going to turn out perfectly for you. We just don't want you to feel anxious right now. We don't want you to be stressing right now. We don't want you to be in anguish. We want you to enjoy your experiences right now, your present moment, because everything will turn out fine at the end. And when you finally get to your manifestation, to your dreams, we want you to have beautiful memories of the journey that you lived before getting to your manifestation. Because this doesn't have to be a sad story, you know, it doesn't have to be painful. Because with this Ace of Swords, the Ace of Swords or aces always talk about new beginnings, and this beginning is connected with the element of air, which is all about communication and the mental realm. So when an Ace of Swords comes through, it always talks about revelation or truth being given to you. And I feel like this is your truth being given to you now. But it's up to you whether you accept it or not. Because sometimes we can be let known that, yes, our manifestation is already on its way, but if we don't believe it, if we are in this uncertainty, then we block ourselves from receiving this information. Because I feel like you guys have been resisting the information that universe has been sending out to you. For the same reason that you don't see things play out in your physical 3D, you can't believe that your dreams are already on its way, or they are already a part of your reality, even though you might not see it. And I also feel like this energy is telling you, let it be, right? Let go of control. And by letting go, it's just trusting that it's already here. You might not see it yet, but trust that it's already here. Feel into your heart space and you will know the truth, that this is already a part of your reality. So if you're waiting for communication, maybe to hear from this opportunity or to hear from this person, with this, again, I'm seeing not yet, but it doesn't mean that it's not coming in. Because these are all hopeful cards. Especially with the Star card, this is about your dreams coming true, your blessings coming in. So with this humility, it's almost like you know already all the wonders that are coming to you. All that you have been wishing for will come into play. So like, don't go bragging to others is the energy I'm getting here. Don't go bragging to others that everything is going to turn out perfectly for you. Keep living your life with humility, you know, keep doing your thing. Keep working hard and efficiently, even after knowing that you will be holding the stars in your hand one day. With this Seven of Wands and the rapiers here, I feel like this is also a message from the universe letting you know, again, do not resist the changes or the offers that come your way. Do not push them away because you think that they will lead you farther away from your desired outcome, because possibly these are gateways to lead you closer to your desired outcome. And you closing yourself off to them is possibly maybe delaying your manifestation. So if you feel pulled to it, if something inspires you, if something motivates you or hypes you up in any way, then please do not reject it. Give yourself the opportunity to experience it, because all Spirit wants for you is to experience beautiful things and to live a full life. And just remember that, yes, I know we want what we want, and we deep down know that it will inspire a lot of happiness within us, but your manifestation or this dream, this thing that you've been wanting, is not all that there is, right? It's not all that you were meant to come into this life for. There's other things that you were meant to experience and meant to live. This manifestation is only part of the journey. It's not the entire journey. It's basically what we're trying to say here, okay? And This might be more than one thing because we have several stars here, but I feel like there's one significant thing that you guys are waiting for. Because with the sun here, the sun is the brightest star. So there's one thing that you want the most. And universe knows this and they see it for you in your future. So do not worry. Okay, and with this message, don't try to become. Again, I feel, oh, yes. Don't try to change yourself because you feel you need to do so in order to be worthy of your manifestation. So if there is this mentality that in order to get your manifestation, you have to be a certain way, and that possibly the reason why you're not getting your manifestation is because you're not that person yet, Spirit wants you to know that that's rubbish because you're you, and you are the most valuable and precious being, the you that is right now. And you don't have to force yourself to be anyone or anything that you are not ready to be at this moment, or that you are not, because this is about authenticity as well. So you don't have to change yourself and mold yourself to fit into anything and to fit into your manifestation, because you are already the perfect mold. It's like you guys are already the key. So you don't need to perfect yourself in any way to, be the correct key, because you guys have always been it. Or not it, but like the one. So just be yourself. Don't stress about becoming. What will happen will happen. So let things unfold. Let yourself unfold as well. Let yourself blossom like a flower. The flower doesn't have to try to become a flower. It already is. All it needs to do is just let its cycles, happen. So if there's changes that need to happen, it will happen naturally. And the best example I can give you is like I'm getting like meditation. So if you need to meditate, then you will naturally feel a crave to meditate. That's what I'm getting. Like you don't have to sit down and force yourself to like quiet your mind or something like that. Like if you need to connect, you will feel the need to make space to connect. Listen to when a change is needed. And when that change is needed, I promise you, it will not feel forced. So just allow yourself to be. You're doing great. You're on the right path. You're not doing anything wrong, and you can't do anything wrong that will divert you from what is of you. Okay? So that's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope that the messages resonated with you and that it brought you some comfort, some guidance, some clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. And if you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website is in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next moment, bye bye.